My name is Brandy Gelly. I'm an officer here in the City of Brooklyn Park for almost 11 years. I grew up in the City of Brooklyn Park. I started in Brooklyn Park as a police officer on July 23, 2007. Whether it's patrol, investigations, or being a DARE officer, it's always different, never the same thing twice. There's so much variety. I'm not sitting in four walls, or I'm bound to an office. I get out and get into the community and interact with people and build relationships with our community members. I don't have a whole lot of spare time, having 3 children and a husband, but when I do have spare time, I like to do things that are peaceful and quiet, like reading a book or gardening. I like to hang out with friends. My new thing that I like to do is playing bingo, and I'd also like to learn how to play the guitar. Being a scientist or a veterinarian or doing research would be cool. The brain is so interesting, whether it's the scientific side of it or the psychological side of it, so maybe a psychiatrist. But yeah, pretty much anything that would have to do with maybe research or with science would be cool. So growing up, my favorite sports were soccer and softball because I played it, but my favorite team are the Minnesota Twins for baseball. And my husband loves hockey, played hockey growing up. Our children play hockey, so I'm a converted Minnesota Wild fan now as well. However, my absolute favorite teams are the teams my kids play for. Attended schools here in Brooklyn Park, Palmer Lake through 4th grade, and Zanewood 5th and 6th grade. Then I went to Northview Junior High, followed by Park Center, where I graduated in 1996, and then went to the College of St. Catherine, where I double majored in criminal justice and sociology with a minor in international relations, and then went to Alexandria Technical College for my law enforcement certificate. So it started off as a way to connect with kids in DARE classes. All kids seem to love superheroes, and I identify with strong women and grew up watching Wonder Woman and thought, okay, if I need to have a connection with kids, maybe I can use my love of Wonder Woman as a way to break the ice with some of these kids. So I started off collecting coffee cups and water cups that had Wonder Woman on it and bringing them to class, and pretty soon I was known as the DARE officer that loves Wonder Woman. If you saw my office, there's a ton of stuffed animals or stuffed Wonder Woman dolls or action figure dolls, posters all over it. I'm pretty much known, I think, in the department now as someone who likes Wonder Woman stuff. It's hard to say. There's so many great ones out there. How do you choose? I'd like them all if I could. However, I really like that Wonder Woman is about compassion and love for humanity, and she tries to protect humanity. And I think that's a very noble ideal, and it's probably one of the reasons why I became a police officer in the first place, was that I wanted to help my community and keep it safe. And I think that since I can't be Wonder Woman in real life, I can at least, try to live up to that ideal by giving back to my community and helping to protect it and keep it safe.